Welcome to Arch City Comics. I am your host, Adam AF, as usual. So apparently most people have not caught on that I have not been on Twitter uh, within the last week or so. And there's a reason for that. I am currently sitting out a 7-day suspension, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's pretty bullshit, to be honest with you. It's just another one of those things that shows that Twitter is run by a certain group of individuals, and they have a lot of pull as far as what they can get away with and what others are not allowed to get away with. So let's begin here. So this happened last Wednesday. I got a notification that somebody had commented on a post that I had been added in, and I couldn't see the post. So we're going to skip ahead here. This is the said post that I was added in. You can see right here. This is, I don't know, a bunch of crap here. This is Chrissy. Her handle is at Cryosphone, I think is how you would pronounce it. I'm not really sure. So she says, while Lola's had her main on lockdown. I feel like that's not right there. She needs to clean that up a bit. Twitter should probably come back with editing or introduce editing. I don't know if they ever had it. But so anyway, while Lola had her main on lockdown, she's been using her at Cider Hype alt to go to town. Now, I can already tell you right here that's false because Cider Hype is a dude I've spoken with. It's not Lola whatsoever. So she goes on to say, people keep asking who the fuck Adam AF is. Adam's in #war campaign and volunteered to be Lola's beard. He's married, but not to anyone named Ashley Lewis. Shrug. So then she actually goes on to she posts something that we had done. Oh man, this was months ago when they were first trying to dox Lola as that umbrella guy's husband. So I thought it would be really funny to get a rise out of them by I put in my Twitter handle. Name, really, not the handle itself. My handle's been Adam AF for quite a while. But in the name itself, I put Adam AF, and then in parentheses, I put Lola's husband. And they absolutely lost their fucking minds. This really, really triggered her and Ren and all the other weirdo SJWs out there. And I took it a step further, and I did a mock wedding invitation for that weekend's weekend woke up call. Here it is. Here, this was the weekend woke up call number 8. This is back April 27th, so that tells you how long ago this was. So I made up this really pretty. This was the card for that week's show. You know, a very very pretty mock wedding invitation. Now keep in mind, Lola made no appearance on the show. And I'm fairly certain we made no mention of any said wedding or marriage or anything like that. It was clickbait. It was funny. We got a rise. I got a rise out of it anyway. Man of Sex, my co-host, he actually warned me that probably wasn't the best idea because Lola has some enemies out there. Yeah, she's not the friendliest person to SJW. She speaks her mind. That's for sure. This going back to Christy's post here, she posted that, and then she went through, and this is just a screenshot because I don't have access to my account right now, being on suspension. But she actually went through over 2 years of my tweets to find the tweet that I made when my son was born. And then she X'd out his first and middle name, and basically she wanted to highlight my last name, which is fucking ridiculous. There was no need to go through 2 years of tweets to find this. I have a PayPal tip jar in almost every video that I do, that when you click on it, it shows my name. It's right there. It's not really hidden. I just use the tag AdamAF. That is essentially my pen name, because most people can't pronounce my last name, so I just make it simpler and go by AdamAF. It's just easier that way. But this psychopath, and I don't even know if she did it, because she blocked me when this whole the wedding thing happened, and then I blocked her back, because that's the protocol that I've kind of always followed. If you block me, I'm going to block you back, so you can't do this sort of thing, or at least it makes it harder. You can still log out and go through. So she could have still done this. Either way, whoever did this, whether it was her or one of her cronies, to go through 2 years of tweeting to find my last name is absolutely insane. There wasn't even a need for this. If she was that obsessed in proving that I'm not really Lola's husband, which I'm not. It was a big joke. And yeah, I guess a couple people kind of amplified it, and they, of course, played along with the gag that, this was all true. Because this is also, she embedded, or I guess she retweeted her own tweet that was in a thread of Mr. Donald DeLay. He's the artist behind Vestige, live now on Indiegogo, and also Brutus the Badass, also live now on Indiegogo. So she says, "Hi, this is late, but Lola is Tug's wife. Lola tweeted her name. It's Ashley. Proof below. Adam AF's name is Adam F. His wife's name starts with a J. It's not Ashley." This is just the psychotic, obsessive behavior that I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck? Like, get off my nuts. Like, this was shit from fucking months ago. And like I said, there's a couple people out there that have perpetuated the lie, as it were, or joke in my mind, that I was Lola's husband. So this kind of angered me. Actually, it angered me a lot. The fact that she's actually going through and trying to find my personal information. The slight attempt at doxing my son's full name, which I'm fairly certain I've said my son's name on live stream before. It's not really a big secret. But to bring my wife into it, that kind of pissed me off a lot, because she's not on Twitter. She has nothing to do with any of this. So that really got under my skin. And the fact that Chrissy has been doing this behind a block wall really kind of angered me. She's been adding my name, quoting my handle for God only knows how long. But I haven't seen it because A, she's got me blocked, and B, I've got her blocked. So just kind of, that's how blocks work. So like I said, I did get a little upset by it all. And then I tweeted out here with her handle name, Cryo's phone. Hey, C word, redacted that. If you're going to talk shit and spread my information around, why don't you unblock me first? Quit acting like a scared little bitch. Pretty harmless tweet, right? But no, about a half an hour after tweeting this, I get flagged for hateful conduct, violence or some shit. I don't even remember. It was bullshit. So I actually appealed it. I refuse to just take the tweet down, because it's crap. People say way worse things every fucking day on Twitter. And there was nothing, there was no violence here. I was merely calling her out for acting like a scared little bitch because she's talking shit behind a block wall. Pretty fucking simple, And then you go through and you got people like this guy, this fucking, Brian Ball. He's got the Rags comic book out. Now, he's not Comicsgate. He's just a fucking SJW. Who's friends with Chrissy and Ren. And obviously another good friend of mine here, Richard Pace. I I sat in a 24-hour timeout for putting a dick in his mouth last month, I believe it was. So yeah, Rags apparently thinks that War Campaign is dead. Come at me, bro. Well, it's come on me, bro, I think is what you were trying to say there with the C-U-M spelling. But anyway, semantics. War Campaign is definitely not dead. Alive, kicking, and probably stronger than ever. This dude is actually so triggered here that he took a meme that Tinfoil Hat Nick created that was really funny called the Brotherhood of Doxing Apologists. And he's selling it on T-shirts he's selling it as a poster, and then he says he's going to make T-shirts and stickers later. Just, I guess, to hide the fact of how triggered he is by said meme. But this is some of the shit that he tweets. And no, I did not redact this, so you can see I'm not going to say the words because I don't believe in using those kind of hateful slurs. And it's kind of strange, actually, coming out of SJW's mouth like Mr. Balls here to use this kind of hateful language. You know, I mean, like I said, he's friends with Ren, Chrissy, all those fucking weirdo SJWs. And he's spewing this just straight up hate speech. And that's just one. Here's another one. He really likes the F word here. Quite. And we'll get, this one too. You know, he'd rather get to those tranny dick pics again than go through this shit, which is fucking weird. He's a weirdo, man. He's one of those semi-pros, I guess you'd call him. That's he uses blockchains to quiet people that he doesn't want to come into contact with, which we all know is not very good for selling your book at all, because you end up blocking potential customers as well as some of the riffraff that you want to keep out. You should always, always, always block individually. Always. But how, I want to know how some of this behavior, some of this speak is allowed. And I say this, I call a woman a cunt and a bitch, and I get a 7-day suspension. That doesn't make any sense to me. Here's another guy here, this Screen Champs. This here, this is another, see, we can zoom in a little bit. This is another one of Tinfoil Hat's memes that this guy is using as a profile pic. So, hey, Tinfoil Hat Nick, you need to start, I don't know, copywriting these or selling these or something. I don't know. You should be charging for them to use all this, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, how? So tell me that the far left is not running Twitter. And I mean, I'm not even on the right. I've always fallen on the left as far as political views go. I've been a Democrat pretty much my entire life, up until really recently, when I've seen since the last election, watching these Democrats lose their fucking minds over losing an election and the behavior that has ensued afterwards. I've pretty much lost faith in the entire party. Their behavior is disgusting. It's appalling in some cases. It's getting to the point where it's some of the worst behaviors that I've really ever seen. And they're actually pushing people out of the Democratic Party and towards the Republican Party because of it. And I definitely fall right there in that category. It's atrocious. It really, really is. I don't understand it. So that's why I have not been on Twitter. And surprise, surprise, this went down last Wednesday. I appealed it that day. I've actually sent in another appeal since then, and I still have not heard a damn thing back from Twitter. So, surprise, surprise, they're dragging their feet on this. They're probably going to force me into removing the tweet and essentially starting my 7-day suspension over again. Because I'm sure if I withdraw the appeal, it's going to start me back off at square one. I'm going to have to sit in a fucking timeout for 7 days. And that's just bullshit. And this is all over. I guarantee this is because I promote Comicsgate books. That's what I do. On our shows, on the live streams that we do, we promote books. That's what I do on Twitter almost every day, is promote books, get the word out there on these great projects and great creators that are out there as a great alternative to the trash that the mainstream is putting out right now. And I can't even really attest to what the mainstream is putting out because I stopped following it altogether. I still followed it for quite a while in the background while being a part of Comicsgate. I still liked going into my shop and talking with the people until it got to the point where I didn't want any of the trash. I'd much rather spend my money on quality creators who I can actually interact with. They'll come on my show. They'll sit down and they'll have a nice discussion. We'll shoot the shit for a while. We'll talk about the book. It's a good time, and you can't get that from the mainstream. Trying to actually talk to a mainstream creator these days is like pulling teeth. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to fans. They don't give a shit. They just want to write their books, their trashy books with their fucking agendas, and just go about their day. Some of them actually spend more time on Twitter than they do probably writing books, i.e. Gail Simone and Donnie Cates, guys like that, guys and gals. It's just become the mainstream is a trash fire, and all signs point to it's going to probably be gone in the next 2 years anyhow. We're not going to see monthly comic books whatsoever. But we're looking to change that in Comicsgate. We're building a better future, and they honestly can't compete with us. They can't compete with us at all. Hell, just yesterday, Ren got so mad that Starblades by Kyle Ritter broke the $58,000 mark that she decided to attack his book, which has made over twice as much as her book that had like 48 contributors on it. So everybody in that camp brought home, I think, about $60. Starblades by Kyle Ritter, he is done completely on his own. All on his own. He wrote it, he drew it, he colored it, inked it, lettered it, all of it. And it's fantastic. The link's going to be in the description. I urge you to go check it out if you haven't already. Most people have already checked it out and backed it, which you should do, because it is 100 times better than anything in the mainstream right now. But we've got big plans coming too. We've got other things in the works. There's a website about to be launched, CG only, that's going to highlight the best and brightest in Comicsgate right now. We've also got a magazine, CG Jumpstart, coming out later this year that is going to basically bring back the spirit of Wizard magazine mixed with Shonen Jump and heavy metal, and it's going to blow everybody's mind. There's some absolutely amazing talent involved, and it's going to be a quarterly publication. So you're going to get 4 of them a year. And I tell you what, I'm probably more excited about that book, that magazine, periodical, than almost anything else right now, actually. I mean, there's a lot of good campaigns out there, don't get me wrong, but that periodical is going to blow people away. It's really going to change the game, in my opinion. And there's some other stuff they're working on too that I can't go into detail with, but it is also going to elevate Comicsgate to an entirely new level, to a level that I don't even think some of the bigger names even really dreamed of, or maybe they did, they just didn't think it was feasible. But we're going to make it feasible and possible and bring it to life. So definitely stay tuned for more of that. Anyway, that is all I had for today. I just wanted to get everybody up to date as to why I have not been on Twitter lately. With the appeal, I can't. My entire account is on lockdown. I can't tweet. I can't DM. I can't do anything. I can't log in at all. So until the appeal goes through, You can find me on Instagram, I guess. I'm not really there too often, but I started picking it up a little bit more because I've been bored. I'm going to start doing more videos, hopefully. And yeah, so make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell for notification. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, and stay tuned for more because we got some really exciting stuff coming. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. I'll see you all soon.